Ladies and gentlemen, we often find ourselves searching for the secret to success, seeking external answers in hopes of transforming our lives. But the truth is that success, in its most profound form, is not found outside of us. It lies within, in the quiet space of the present moment, in our ability to connect with our inner power. Each one of us is born with an incredible potential to succeed, not because of what we can do, but because of who we are. We are not defined by our past failures or our anxieties about the future. True empowerment begins when we recognize that the only moment we truly have is now. And in that moment, we are infinite in our capacity for success. The key to unlocking this potential lies in our relationship with the present. Our minds often drift into past regrets or future fears, but success only exists in the space between those thoughts, in the now. When we embrace the present, we step into a space of power, a space where everything becomes possible. But let us not mistake empowerment for the absence of fear. Fear is natural. It is part of being human. But the empowered individual does not allow fear to control them. Instead, they act in spite of fear. They understand that fear is not an enemy to be vanquished, but a companion to be transcended. They choose to live fully, without letting the shadow of fear prevent them from reaching their potential. True success begins with the power that lies within each individual. Many people often look outside themselves for the key to success, through material wealth, status, or other external achievements. While these things can be rewarding, they do not form the foundation of true success. The real power lies within us, in our mindset, our ability to recognize our own potential, and in the way we respond to life's circumstances. At the core of this inner power is the recognition that success is not something that happens to us. It is something that we create from within. We often overlook the fact that our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions shape the reality we experience. The way we perceive ourselves and our abilities directly influences the way we approach challenges and opportunities. If we believe that we are capable of overcoming obstacles and achieving our goals, we align ourselves with the energy needed to manifest that success. The first step in harnessing this power is understanding that we are not defined by external factors or by past experiences. Too often, people allow their past failures, mistakes, or disappointments to shape their current mindset. They carry the weight of their past with them, believing it limits their potential. But in truth, the past has no bearing on our present ability to succeed. The power to succeed lies in our ability to see beyond our past and choose to act from a place of self-belief and confidence in our own capabilities. Another essential part of this inner power is the realization that our thoughts are not necessarily truths. We are all bombarded with thoughts throughout the day, some empowering, others limiting. The key is to become aware of these thoughts and recognize that we have the ability to choose which ones to focus on. We are not slaves to our thoughts, and we do not need to let negative or self-doubting thoughts dictate our actions. By practicing mindfulness and learning to shift our focus, we can create a mental environment that fosters confidence, creativity, and determination. When we tap into this inner power, we begin to act with clarity and purpose. We no longer feel overwhelmed by external pressures or distracted by fleeting desires. We start to make decisions that are aligned with our true values and long-term goals, not based on temporary impulses or the opinions of others. This inner clarity guides us through life's uncertainties, allowing us to remain focused and determined no matter the circumstances. This sense of empowerment also frees us from the need for validation from others. While external recognition can be gratifying, it does not define our worth or success. When we understand that our worth comes from within, we no longer feel the need to seek approval or compare ourselves to others. This freedom from comparison and external judgment enables us to focus on our own path and create a life that is true to our deepest values and desires. The power to succeed lies in our ability to connect with our inner strength. When we recognize that we are the creators of our reality, we unlock the limitless potential that resides within us. Success is not something that is given to us. It is something we cultivate through our mindset, our beliefs, and our actions. By tapping into the power within, we empower ourselves to create a life of purpose, fulfillment, and true success. Success at work. Success is often hindered by our tendency to dwell on the past or worry about the future. In a world that is constantly moving forward, it's easy to become distracted by memories of things we've done or regrets about missed opportunities. Equally, the fear of what may come in the future, concern for success, failure, or unknown challenges can cause anxiety and hinder our ability to act with clarity. In both cases, we miss the transformative power of the present moment, the only time in which real change can happen. The present moment is where life actually exists. It is not in the past, nor in the future. The past is gone, and the future has yet to arrive. The only time we truly have is now. When we understand this, we can begin to shift our focus away from what has already happened or what may come, and instead ground ourselves in the present. By doing so, we align ourselves with the potential that exists in every moment. Our minds are often preoccupied with thoughts about the past and future, many of which are not helpful. In fact, these thoughts can be limiting. Ruminating on past mistakes, missed opportunities, or feelings of guilt holds us in a mental state where we feel trapped, as if the past is an obstacle we cannot move beyond. Similarly, worrying about what the future holds creates anxiety and fear, making it difficult to make decisions or take action. We become paralyzed by the uncertainty of what might happen, leaving us stuck in a cycle of doubt and inaction. The key to success lies in our ability to break free from this cycle by embracing the present. In every moment, we have the opportunity to create something new. When we stop allowing the past to define us or the future to limit us, we free ourselves from unnecessary burdens. The present moment is where we have the power to choose how we will respond to life. By being fully present, we can tap into the clarity and creativity that allows us to make decisions with confidence and purpose. Living in the present also enables us to experience life more deeply. Instead of rushing through our days or constantly planning for what's next, we learn to appreciate the small moments that make life meaningful. Whether it's a conversation with a loved one, a quiet moment of reflection, or a small victory at work, when we are present, we savor the richness of these experiences. This mindfulness not only brings us peace, but it also enhances our ability to perform at our highest potential. Being present opens us to the opportunities that are right in front of us. Often, we are so focused on the distant horizon that we miss the doors of opportunity opening in the here and now. Whether it's a chance to connect with someone, to learn something new, or to take a bold step forward, these opportunities are often present when we choose to look around us with awareness. The present moment is always teeming with possibilities, waiting to be recognized. When we live in the present, we also learn to accept things as they are, without resistance. Instead of trying to control every aspect of our lives or wishing things were different, we begin to embrace what is. This acceptance doesn't mean we resign ourselves to inaction. Rather, it means we stop fighting against life. By embracing the present, we align ourselves with the flow of life, allowing us to act in ways that are natural, powerful, and effective. The power of the present moment is transformative. When we choose to live in the now, we free ourselves from the weight of the past and the anxiety of the future, allowing us to act with clarity and purpose. This awareness is the foundation for lasting success, as it enables us to take each step with intention, knowing that the only moment that truly matters is the one we are living right now. Success is not something that can be chased or forced. It is something that naturally unfolds when we are aligned with the present moment. In many ways, the key to unlocking success is learning to quiet the mind and transcend the constant chatter of the ego. The mind, with all its thoughts, worries, and distractions, can often be our greatest obstacle. When we are caught up in our thoughts, we lose touch with our inner power and the flow of life itself. The power of now, the ability to fully engage with the present moment, holds the key to transforming our lives. Our minds are often filled with a continuous stream of thoughts. These thoughts can be useful, but they can also be a source of limitation. We spend so much time thinking about what has happened or what might happen that we become disconnected from the reality of the present moment. The mind thrives on past recollections and future projections, and it often leads us to believe that success requires us to think constantly, plan excessively, or predict every potential outcome. However, true success doesn't arise from an overactive mind. It arises from our ability to step beyond the mind and into the present moment. We are often consumed by the ego, the part of us that is constantly comparing, judging, and striving. The ego's primary role is to keep us in a state of tension, always seeking more and never feeling satisfied with what we have. It fuels our fears, insecurities, and doubts, leading us to believe that we are not enough or that we must do more to prove ourselves. But in truth, the ego is an illusion. It is not who we truly are. The real power lies beyond the ego, in the stillness and awareness of the present moment. Transcending the ego does not mean rejecting the mind or its thoughts, but rather learning to observe them without becoming attached. It's about recognizing that we are not our thoughts and that our thoughts do not define us. When we are able to do this, we create space between ourselves and our thoughts, allowing us to experience a deeper sense of awareness and presence. This is where true power lies, because in this space, we are no longer driven by the unconscious patterns of the mind. We are free to act from a place of clarity, purpose, and authenticity. The ability to quiet the mind and transcend the ego is essential for success, as it allows us to tap into our true potential. When we are free from the distractions of our thoughts, we can see clearly, make decisions with confidence, and take inspired action. The mind, when left unchecked, creates chaos and uncertainty. But when we learn to still the mind, we connect with a deeper intelligence that guides us towards success effortlessly. This is not to say that we should abandon thinking altogether. Rather, it is about cultivating a relationship with our thoughts in which we remain aware of them without allowing them to control us. The more we practice presence and mindfulness, the more we can let go of the mental noise that holds us back. We learn to respond to life rather than react to it, taking actions that are aligned with our values, goals, and purpose. In doing so, we become empowered to create success that is authentic and fulfilling. The power of now is the key to unlocking a life of abundance, creativity, and fulfillment. When we transcend the mind's constant chatter, we open ourselves to the infinite possibilities that exist in the present moment. By doing so, we are able to move through life with greater ease, grace, and effectiveness, allowing success to flow. Fear is one of the most powerful forces that can hold us back from reaching our full potential. It manifests in many ways: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of judgment, and even fear of success itself. Fear creates a barrier between us and our goals, making it seem as though we are incapable of moving forward. However, true empowerment comes not from eliminating fear, but from learning to act in spite of it. The key to success lies in our ability to face fear with courage and still take steps toward our dreams. Fear is a natural part of being human. It is an instinct that has evolved to protect us from danger, and it serves a valuable purpose in certain situations. However, when it comes to personal growth and achieving success, fear often becomes a limiting factor. Instead of helping us, it can paralyze us, prevent us from trying new things, and keep us stuck in a cycle of inaction. We may avoid taking risks, pursuing new opportunities, or challenging ourselves because we are afraid of failing, making mistakes, or facing criticism. But the truth is, fear is not an accurate reflection of reality. It is a mental construct that often blows things out of proportion. When we face our fears, we often discover that the worst-case scenarios we imagined never actually come to pass. Fear tends to thrive in the unknown, in the spaces where we have not yet ventured. Once we step into that space and take action, we realize that the fear was merely an illusion. The courage to move forward in spite of fear is what creates real growth and success. Learning to act in spite of fear does not mean ignoring or suppressing the feeling. It means acknowledging fear and choosing to move forward regardless. Fear will always be present at some level, especially when we are pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zones. However, instead of allowing it to dictate our actions, we can choose to reframe fear as a sign that we are on the right path. It is often when we feel the most fear that we are on the verge of significant growth or change. In these moments, the ability to move forward with determination and trust in ourselves becomes the key to success. One way to overcome fear is by shifting our focus from the fear itself to the purpose and passion that drive us. When we are deeply connected to our goals and values, the fear that arises becomes less significant. Instead of allowing fear to control us, we can focus on the deeper meaning behind our actions. By connecting with our sense of purpose, we can rise above the surface level anxieties and take the steps that align with our true desires. Another important aspect of overcoming fear is cultivating resilience. Success is rarely a straight line. There will be setbacks, challenges, and failures along the way. Fear often arises when we encounter obstacles, as we may doubt our ability to overcome them. However, resilience allows us to bounce back from these setbacks with renewed strength and determination. Each time we face our fear and continue moving forward, we build our capacity for success. Cultivating self-compassion is crucial in dealing with fear. We are often our own harshest critics, and the fear of making mistakes can be paralyzing. However, by practicing self-compassion and accepting that mistakes are a natural part of the learning process, we can take the pressure off ourselves. Instead of fearing failure, we can view it as an opportunity for growth, knowing that each misstep brings us one step closer to success. Fear is not an obstacle to success, it is a companion on the journey. The empowered individual recognizes that fear will always be present, but it does not need to be the driving force in their life. By choosing to act in spite of fear, by embracing resilience and self-compassion, and by focusing on purpose rather than fear itself, we can break through the barriers that hold us back and create the success we truly desire. Fear is not something to conquer, but something to move through, growing stronger and more empowered with each step we take. The key to empowerment lies in acceptance, accepting where we are in our journey while remaining open to change. Many people mistakenly believe that in order to succeed, they must constantly be striving for something different, always chasing the next goal or achievement. While striving for progress is important, it is equally important to embrace the present moment and accept things as they are. This is where true power resides. When we accept ourselves, our circumstances, and our journey, we allow ourselves to move forward without resistance, creating space for transformation and growth. Acceptance does not mean passivity or resignation. It is not about giving up on our dreams or settling for less than we deserve. Instead, acceptance is about recognizing and embracing the reality of the present moment, with all of its challenges, imperfections, and uncertainties. By accepting things as they are, we free ourselves from the struggle of wishing they were different. We stop fighting against the current and start moving with it, allowing life to unfold naturally. This acceptance allows us to respond to our circumstances with greater clarity and composure, rather than reacting impulsively or out of frustration. One of the most powerful aspects of acceptance is that it helps us release the burden of expectations. So often, we place unrealistic expectations on ourselves, believing that we must achieve certain things by a specific time or in a particular way. These expectations create unnecessary pressure and stress, leading us to feel like we are not doing enough or not moving fast enough. But when we accept that we are exactly where we need to be in the moment, we release the need for perfection or control. We realize that success does not need to come on a specific timeline or meet certain arbitrary standards. The process of growth is not linear, and sometimes the path to success takes unexpected turns. By accepting this uncertainty, we can approach life with greater ease and flexibility, knowing that the journey itself is as important as the destination. Acceptance also means letting go of the need to change others or our external circumstances in order to feel fulfilled. We often find ourselves frustrated by people or situations outside of our control, wishing they would be different so that we could feel better. However, true empowerment comes from realizing that we cannot control the actions or behaviors of others. We can, however, control our own responses and how we choose to engage with the world around us. By accepting that we cannot change everything, we empower ourselves to shift our focus inward and cultivate peace and contentment within ourselves. Acceptance allows us to approach challenges and setbacks with a sense of curiosity and openness rather than resistance. When we accept that life will not always go according to plan, we can view obstacles as opportunities for growth and learning. Each challenge is an invitation to expand our understanding and develop new skills. Instead of seeing failure as something to fear or avoid, we learn to embrace it as part of the process. This shift in mindset frees us from the crippling fear of making mistakes, allowing us to take risks and move forward with confidence. Another benefit of acceptance is that it helps us cultivate gratitude for the present moment. When we are constantly focused on what is missing or what we have yet to achieve, we overlook the blessings and opportunities that are already present in our lives. Acceptance allows us to appreciate what we have right now in this moment without waiting for external circumstances to change. This gratitude enhances our sense of well-being and creates a positive mindset that attracts more opportunities for success. Acceptance is about aligning ourselves with the flow of life, recognizing that everything is happening for a reason, and trusting that we are exactly where we need to be. By embracing this mindset, we empower ourselves to move forward with greater ease and confidence. Acceptance is not about passivity or complacency. It is about embracing the present moment. And success is not something that can be forced or controlled. It is something that flows naturally when we align ourselves with the rhythm of life. This idea may seem paradoxical because we are often taught that success requires hard work, ambition, and relentless effort. While effort is important, there is a deeper layer to success that involves surrendering to the flow of life and trusting that we are guided toward our goals. Surrendering does not mean giving up. Rather, it means releasing the need for control and allowing life to unfold in its own way. When we surrender to life's flow, we unlock an effortless path to success. Surrendering to life's flow requires us to let go of the illusion of control. As human beings, we often believe that we can control every aspect of our lives, our career, relationships, and even our future. We plan, we strive, and we push ourselves in the belief that we must dictate every outcome. However, this need for control can lead to stress, frustration, and burnout, especially when things do not go according to plan. The truth is that life is constantly changing and unfolding in ways that we cannot always predict. When we try to force things to happen, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary obstacles for ourselves. Surrendering to life's flow does not mean giving up on our dreams or passively waiting for things to happen. Rather, it means accepting that there are aspects of life that are beyond our control and choosing to flow with those currents instead of against them. It is about trusting that, even in moments of uncertainty, we are being guided toward our highest good. When we let go of the need to control everything, we allow ourselves to be more present, more flexible, and more open to the opportunities that arise. Life has a way of guiding us to the right place at the right time, even when we cannot see the bigger picture. This surrender also involves trusting the process. Many people get caught up in the desire for immediate results or instant gratification. We live in a fast-pacing world where everything is expected to happen quickly, and when things don't go as planned, we feel frustrated or discouraged. However, success is rarely instantaneous. It requires time, patience, and persistence. When we surrender to the process, we stop focusing on the outcome and start embracing the journey itself. We learn to appreciate the lessons along the way and understand that every step we take is part of a larger unfolding. By trusting the process, we are free to take action without the burden of attachment to the results. Surrendering to life's flow helps us let go of resistance. Resistance comes in many forms: resisting the present moment, resisting change, resisting challenges. When we resist, we create tension and struggle, making it harder to move forward. On the other hand, when we surrender, we open ourselves to the flow of energy that is already present. We stop pushing against life and start allowing it to guide us. This does not mean passivity, but rather an active acceptance of whatever comes our way. It means responding to situations with grace, understanding that we cannot control every outcome, but we can control how we respond to what life presents. In this context, relation values and relation commitments are so intertwined that you may consider them the same thing. Surrendering to life's flow also involves trusting ourselves. We often doubt our abilities and second-guess our decisions, fearing that we are not on the right path. However, when we surrender to the flow, we tap into an inner wisdom that guides us toward our goals. We realize that we are always in the right place at the right time, and that everything that happens, whether positive or negative, is an opportunity for growth. This trust in ourselves allows us to take inspired action without fear or hesitation, knowing that we are supported by the universe and aligned with our true purpose. Surrendering to life's flow is about relinquishing the need to control and instead trusting that we are being guided toward our success. It is about letting go of resistance, trusting the process, and remaining open to the infinite possibilities that life offers. When we surrender, we move with ease and grace, creating a life that feels effortless and aligned with our highest potential. Success flows to us naturally as we trust in the unfolding of our journey. One of the most powerful forces that can influence success is our relationship with time. We often feel the pressure of time running out or think that we must achieve our goals within a specific time frame. The constant rush to meet deadlines, advance in our careers, or accumulate achievements can cause stress and anxiety. However, the key to true success lies in understanding that time, like all other aspects of life, is not something we need to control or master. Instead, we need to cultivate a healthy relationship with time, recognizing that success is not about rushing, but about being present and focused in each moment. The concept of time often creates a sense of urgency. We look at our age, our milestones, and compare ourselves to others, believing that we should have achieved certain things by a certain point in our lives. This pressure to meet societal expectations can create a sense of inadequacy and lead to a frantic pursuit of goals without mindfulness. However, the truth is that time is not a race, and each person's journey is unique. Success is not about how fast we achieve something, but about how aligned we are with our values, our purpose, and the natural unfolding of our path. The way we perceive time directly affects our experience of it. When we focus on the future and constantly worry about what's to come, we miss out on the present moment. We are so caught up in planning for the next big thing that we overlook the importance of the now. The future may be uncertain, but it is in the present that we have the power to make decisions, take action, and shape our future. By bringing our attention back to the present moment, we can make the most of the time we have, focusing on what truly matters rather than getting lost in endless planning and preparation. When we let go of the notion that success must happen according to a specific timeline, we free ourselves from the anxiety of not being there yet. This mindset shift allows us to embrace the process of growth, instead of constantly focusing on the end goal. We can take our time to learn, experiment, and refine our skills without the pressure of meeting arbitrary deadlines. The more we allow ourselves to be patient with the process, the more deeply we engage with our work, and the greater satisfaction we experience along the way. Another important aspect of our relationship with time is recognizing that we can't control all the external factors that influence our lives. While we may have goals and plans, there are many elements beyond our control: economic conditions, other people's actions, unforeseen events that can alter the course of our plans. Trying to fight against these forces or forcing things to happen on our own timeline only leads to frustration and burnout. Instead, we can embrace the idea that time will unfold as it is meant to. This mindset doesn't mean we become passive or inactive. It simply means that we take action when the moment is right, trusting that the right opportunities will present themselves at the right time. Learning to be present in each moment is a key to developing a healthy relationship with time. We may not have control over how much time we have, but we can control how we use it. By focusing on the task at hand and giving our full attention to the present moment, we maximize our productivity and effectiveness. This allows us to work with greater clarity, creativity, and confidence without the distractions or worries about what's coming next. Cultivating a sense of gratitude for the time we have can shift our entire perspective. Rather than seeing time as something that is limited or scarce, we can view it as a precious resource that allows us to experience life and make meaningful progress toward our goals. When we appreciate the time we have, we are less likely to waste it on unnecessary distractions or negative thoughts. We learn to use our time wisely, engaging fully with the present moment and trusting that the results will unfold in their own time. True success does not come from rushing against time or stressing about the future. It comes from learning to work with time, using it consciously and mindfully, and trusting that everything will unfold in its own perfect timing. By embracing the present moment and relinquishing the need for control, we unlock the power to live a fulfilling life, one step at a time. True success is built on the foundation of inner peace, which arises from understanding and embracing the nature of our thoughts and emotions. In our fast-pacing, goal-oriented world, it is easy to become caught up in the pursuit of external achievements, believing that success comes from reaching certain milestones or accumulating material possessions. While these things can provide temporary satisfaction, they do not bring lasting fulfillment. Real empowerment comes from finding peace within ourselves. irrespective of our circumstances, and cultivating an inner state of balance and contentment. This inner peace allows us to move through life with clarity, purpose, and resilience, regardless of external challenges. The key to inner peace is recognizing that our thoughts and emotions do not define us. We are often taught to identify with our thoughts, to believe that they are the essence of who we are. However, thoughts are simply mental constructs, temporary patterns that arise in the mind and then dissipate. When we identify too strongly with our thoughts, we become attached to them and allow them to control our actions and reactions. This attachment can create anxiety, stress, and dissatisfaction as we constantly worry about the future, regret the past, or judge ourselves harshly. By learning to observe our thoughts without becoming entangled in them, we create a space of awareness where peace can arise. The same principle applies to our emotions. Emotions are natural responses to our experiences, but they do not define our true selves. Just as with thoughts, emotions come and go, flowing through us like waves. When we resist or suppress our emotions, we create inner turmoil. However, when we allow ourselves to fully experience our emotions without judgment or attachment, we can release them and return to a state of peace. Emotions are simply messengers telling us something about our internal world. When we embrace our emotions with acceptance and understanding, we stop reacting out of fear or impulse, and we create a calm, centered space within ourselves. Inner peace also involves cultivating mindfulness and being fully present in each moment. The present moment is the only moment in which we have true power. When we are focused on the past or the future, we disconnect from the here and now, and we lose touch with the flow of life. In the present moment, there is no room for regret or worry, because we are simply experiencing life as it unfolds. The more we practice mindfulness and embrace the present, the more we create a sense of peace and contentment that transcends the external world. The thing that matters the most is moral courage. The thing that matters the most is values. And the thing that matters the most is moral beauty. Another important aspect of inner peace is letting go of attachment to outcomes. Many people chase success, believing that achieving a specific goal will bring them lasting happiness. However, this attachment to future outcomes often creates anxiety and dissatisfaction. When we are attached to a particular outcome, we are constantly living in the future, hoping for something to happen that will make us feel fulfilled. The truth is that happiness and peace are not found in the future. They are found in the present moment. When we let go of our attachment to outcomes and focus on the process of living, we free ourselves from the constant striving that keeps us in a state of tension. Instead, we find peace in the journey itself. Inner peace requires the acceptance of all aspects of ourselves. We are often our own harshest critics, focusing on our perceived flaws, mistakes, and shortcomings. This constant self-criticism creates inner conflict and prevents us from experiencing peace. To cultivate inner peace, we must learn to accept ourselves as we are, without judgment or condemnation. This does not mean complacency or resigning ourselves to mediocrity, but rather recognizing our inherent worth and understanding that we are not defined by our mistakes or imperfections. By accepting ourselves with compassion and love, we create an inner environment where peace can thrive. Inner peace is nurtured through forgiveness, both of ourselves and others. Holding on to grudges, resentment, or anger only serves to create inner turmoil. When we forgive, we release ourselves from the emotional weight of the past and free ourselves to move forward with lightness and clarity. Forgiveness is not about condoning wrongdoing or excusing harmful behavior. It is about letting go of the emotional burden that ties us to the past. Through forgiveness, we create space for peace, healing, and growth. The key to success is not found in external accomplishments, but in the cultivation of inner peace. When we find peace within ourselves, we can approach life's challenges with a calm, centered mind and a heart open to new possibilities. Inner peace allows us to navigate life with clarity, resilience, and authenticity, creating success that is grounded in our true selves. True success is not measured by external achievements or the accumulation of material possessions, but by our ability to cultivate inner peace, trust the process of life, and align ourselves with our purpose. Empowerment arises when we learn to let go of fear, control, and resistance, and instead embrace the present moment with acceptance, gratitude, and mindfulness. By building a healthy relationship with time, trusting our intuition, and remaining open to the flow of life, we unlock the path to success that is effortless and fulfilling. True empowerment comes from within, and when we nurture our inner world, we create the foundation for external success. As we embrace this deeper understanding of success, as we embrace this foundation of success, we find that we are not only capable of achieving our goals, but also living a life of balance, peace, and lasting fulfillment.